Hey guys, Comic Boom here to review Justice League Dark number 8. James Tynion IV continues to weave a fantastic magical tale here. More and more evil seems to be lurking into the DC universe through the chaos of the other kind, which are the darker forces of magic that were released once that crack in the source wall happened. The other kind bled into our universe and they're wreaking havoc on the magical realms. This issue starts off with basically we have a Man-Bat who's Man-Bat is a scientist. He's trying to utilize his scientific mind to get a handle on magic to see if he can draw any connections between science and magic. And utilizing scientific principles, he's getting a handle on magic, and he actually manages to pull off rescuing Khalid Nasur, who was the former Dr. Fate. He was the former Dr. Fate who wielded the helmet of Naboo. Now, Naboo, of course, the helmet of Naboo, of course, is, well, it's the helmet that Dr. Fate wears that sort of embodies the powerful magic of Naboo, who is a Lord of Order. Now, right now, Kent Nelson is Dr. Fate, and he's being controlled by Naboo. And Khalid Nasur basically warns Man-Bat, saying, look, Naboo has a plan. Naboo knows what's going to happen here. And what Naboo knows is what all the wielders of magic in the DC universe are currently doing. And what they're doing is they're all hiding out at the Oblivion Bar, which is that bar which is controlled by Bobo, the detective chimp. And that's where the waitress is Tracy 13. Anyways, the Oblivion Bar is packed with all these wielders of magic that are all refugees seeking for a way to escape the other kind. And they're hoping that by hiding out in the Oblivion Bar, that they can avoid being detected by the agents of the other kind, and in particular being detected by the Upside Down Man. Now, Naboo is aware of this, and Khalid Nasur, who is rescued essentially by Man-Bat, he tells Man-Bat, look, Naboo knows what the plan is to try to escape the other kind, and it's not going to work because Dr. Fate and the other Lords of Order, who consist of Sister Symmetry, Master Pattern, Count Control, and Lord Structure, they are aware of what the various wielders of magic in the DC universe are trying to do. And what they want to do is that Naboo wants to destroy all of magic. He wants to destroy all of magic for his own nefarious purposes. And now, what Naboo has in mind once he destroys all the wielders of magic, I'm not really sure how that's going to help Naboo, because he's still going to have to face the forces of the other kind, in particular the Upside Down Man. But that's what Naboo wants to do. So the forces of the Justice League Dark, they've got to deal with Naboo and the Lords of Order, but they also have to deal with the other kind, in particular the Upside Down Man, because Wonder Woman and Zatanna are hoping to find Mordru to recruit him in their battle against the Upside Down Man and the other kind. And they're looking for Mordru, and that leads them to Papa Midnight, who is the leader, who runs another bar called Midnight, located in the darker regions of New York City. Now, what led them to Papa Midnight was they actually went through to Felix Faust, who was already compromised and basically rendered into a coma by the forces of the other kind. But Zatanna used some magic to manage to get the word Midnight out of Felix Faust's head. And so that leads them to Papa Midnight at the Midnight Bar in New York City. And basically Papa Midnight says, look guys, I can't help you. I don't know where Mordru is. He was at my bar a couple months ago, but I don't know where he is. Good luck finding him. I'm out of here. The only thing we can do is try to hide from the other kind, so he takes off. So basically that leads Wonder Woman and Zatanna sort of like, they still don't know where Mordru is. Meanwhile, at the Oblivion Bar, while Bobo the Detective Chimp and Tracy 13 are trying to serve all the refugees of the wielders of magic that are located in the bar, the Jason Blood, the demon, he shows up. The demon Etrigan, he shows up. So he's in the bar. They're hiding out from the other kind. Just when the Upside Down Man attacks the Oblivion Bar, and in order to avoid being destroyed by the other kind and by the Upside Down Man, Bobo has no choice but to utilize his sword, the Nightmaster sword, to basically transport as many as many magic wielders as he possibly can into Mira, which is that magical place where Bobo was just a couple issues ago, where he had an adventure with the the other members of the Justice League Dark, as well as the Blue Devil, where they battle the forces of the undead. Now, Mira is basically sort of like a backwater section where very few gods know exist. It's a backwards land of the gods that the gods, for the most part, apparently have not paid much attention to. So it's hoped that by transporting everyone to Mira, into that particular magical realm, that the other kind won't be able to locate them. Unfortunately for Bobo the Detective Chimp and all those people and refugees that he transported, they run smack dab into Dr. Fate and the Lords of Order, because true to what Khalid Nosir warned Manbat about, Dr. Fate was expecting them, the Lords of Order are expecting them, and you can bet that next issue we're going to have a huge battle between the Lords of Order as they attempt to destroy all of the magical refugees that are now in Mira, thanks to Bobo trying his best to save them, but he may have actually sealed their fate by doing it, by transporting them to Mira from the Oblivion Bar. So, between being attacked by the other kind, the Upside Down Man, and now the Lords of Order, the Justice League Dark have their hands full. Wow, so much happened in this issue. It's incredible, and the art's fantastic. This is just go, go, go. I had to read this thing about 3 or 4 times to get a handle as to what was going on. I'm really intrigued in terms of exactly where all this is headed, because even if the other kind win, I get it, if the forces of the Upside Down Man win, and they destroy all the wielders of magic, and then they control, then they'll render, what? It'll be dark magic that rules the DC Universe? What's the end game? I'm a little unclear about that. I'm a little unclear as to what Naboo's end game is. Just like Hecate's endgame never made much sense to me. I don't know what Naboo's endgame is. Why would Naboo want to kill all the wielders of magic? Then he's going to have to fight the other kind anyway. Is he thinking he's going to become more powerful if he kills all the wielders of magic? What's Naboo's endgame here? The Lords of Order. Why do they want to kill the very people that could be allies that they could use against the forces of the other kind? So I'm a little bit unclear as to exactly what some of the motivations or some of the logic here utilized by some of the players, but I'm excited. I like this. This is keeping me on my toes. James Tynion IV is playing the long game here. He's sort of crafting a story that's interesting, much like Snyder's crafting a longer narrative in the pages of Justice League. So overall, I have to say I'm impressed. I'm particularly curious to know what James Tynion IV in the next issue and in the future and in the issues coming, what he's going to do with the Lords of Order. Particularly, he's on Twitter. He indicated who they are, and I'm going to put it on the screen for you. They're Sister Symmetry, Master Pattern, Count Control, and Lord Structure. Apparently, each Lord wields an artifact of power on the scale of the helmet of Naboo, and of course, the helmet of Naboo is the helmet that Dr. Fate wields. In the hands of the human form of Kent Nelson. So, wow, guys, a lot's happening here. Where this is all going, I'm not sure, but I'm excited for it. Guys, let me know what you think. Where do you think this is headed? Are you on board for Justice League Dark? I still think this is arguably one of the best Justice League titles. It's actually, right now, it's been back and forth between Justice League and Justice League Dark, but I still maybe got to give the edge to Justice League Dark. This is just an exciting comic book. I'm happy with it, very happy with it. So guys, tell me what you think. Follow me on Twitter at Metropolis40. Hit the subscribe button. Until next time, Comic Boom out.